Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we will try to understand auto increment, auto decrement, relative indexed and base address modes. In our previous class, we have covered our first 6 addressing modes. Now we will try to understand the remaining part of the addressing modes. If you haven't watched our previous video, please watch that video because this video is the continuation video for that video. And every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can have better understanding of the concepts, and the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now coming to this class, we'll try to understand auto increment. We'll start with auto increment addressing mode. So this addressing mode is same as that of resistor indirect address mode, but the only difference is the value in which the value that is stored in the register will get incremented after the execution of the instruction, after fetching the operand value. Let's try to understand it in a clear way. So it is same as that of resistor indirect address mode. So the thing is, effective address of the operand is the contents of the register specified in the instruction. So how the instruction will be, this is the instruction and this is opcode, and here we are going to provide the register number. So now the operand is present, so the effective address of the operand, is present in the register. For example, if it is 70, which means in the memory at the location 70, we are going to have the operand. For example, if the operand is 33, so this operand 33 is present in the location 70, so the effective address is present in the register that is specified in the instruction. So this register is having the effective address and the operand value is 33. By fetching the value at the address 70, we are going to get the operand value. But the difference is, after accessing the operand 33, the contents of this register are automatically incremented to point to the next consecutive memory location. So to point to the next consecutive memory location means 71, this value will get incremented. So from 70 it will get incremented to 71. So that is what we call it as auto increment address mode. In the same way, the only difference here, it is R plus. The only difference is the auto decrement addressing mode. The effective address of the operand is the contents of the register. It is all same. The contents of the register specified in the instruction. So the operand is present here, but the difference is before accessing the operand. So for example, if we have 70 as in the previous execution, if it is 70, before accessing this operand, this value will get decremented. So that is the difference between auto increment and auto decrement. In the auto increment, the value will be incremented, the value in the register will be incremented after accessing the operand, but whereas in the auto decrement mode, the value in the register will be decremented first and later the operand will get so at that location the value will get accessed. So to point to the previous consecutive memory location. Okay, so this is how this is the difference between auto increment and auto decrement addressing mode. Let's go to the next kind of addressing mode, which is relative addressing mode. So what this relative addressing mode is, the effective address of the operand. So far we have seen direct address mode, which is also called as absolute addressing mode. So what it means is, let's try to understand it with an example. For example, if the instruction here is branch unconditional 45 and this instruction is at location 30, so somewhere here in the memory we are having the location 45. So let's take it bigger number. So it is 300, it is 345. Okay, so here we are having 345. Okay, so now branch unconditional 345 means So by executing this instruction, we will move on to this location. But instead of giving, so this is what we call it as a direct address mode, right? So it is also called as absolute address mode. Absolute value of the address is given. Okay, try to understand it. This is direct address mode, where the absolute address of the operand is directly present. So direct address mode is also called as absolute address mode. There we haven't used that word called absolute. Try to remember this word absolute. Okay, so now the operand is present here. For example, it is 33. But what is this relative address mode? Is the effective address of the operand is calculated by adding the contents of the PC and the address part of the instruction word. The address part of the instruction is usually signed number, either positive or negative. So why it is called as a relative addressing mode is, relative addressing mode means, so we are not going to give the absolute address, we are going to give the location. The location is fetched relative to this address mode, relative to this address where we are now. We are in the location 300. Relative to this address, the location where we have to branch unconditional is, we have to branch unconditional 45. So what the address part consists of is it consists of 45. Okay, so the value in the program counter. So actually what happens is, whenever we are executing the instruction 300, in the fetch and the decode part, the program counter will be incremented. So the discussion about fetch and decode has already been made in our previous videos. There we have discussed that whenever we are going to fetch the instruction, in the process of fetching the instruction, the program counter will get incremented. So relative to this address 301, this value will be provided. So here we are provided with 44. So 301 plus 44. So this branch unconditional has to be done to this 345. So in order to make that happen, so we are going to, the effective address is obtained by it is equal to, it is PC plus address part. So the address part is having 44 and the PC is going to have 301. So 301 plus 44 is going to give the address 345. So this is what we call it as relative addressing mode. In the direct address mode, the absolute address is given, but relative to the address of that is there in the program counter, relative to this address, the address will get generated. So what we have to do to get 345, we have to add 301 with 44. So this is what we call it as relative addressing mode. And the next one is indexed addressing mode. So what this indexed addressing mode is, so this is also so this relative addressing mode is also called as displacement addressing mode. So in the sense, these kind of addressing modes are called displacement, where we are providing the displacement of the address. So here we have to displace to these many number of locations to get this address. So this is a kind of displacement addressing mode. So relative addressing mode is a kind of displacement addressing mode. So the next one is indexed address mode. So what this indexed addressing mode is. Index addressing mode, in the contents of the indexed register is added to the address part of the instruction to obtain the effective address. So what it is stating is, effective address is equal to the value stored in index register. So it is not instruction register, index register. Let's take it IN. So index register plus address part. So what this address part consists of is, so what is the use of this relative index addressing mode is, the name itself states that it is index. So what it means is, for example, if you take array, let's take an array and take this array starting from 100. So 101, 102, 103, 104, So in order to fetch the value of value that is stored in 103, so what we are going to provide here is how this index addressing mode works is, so the value that is stored in the index register. So if you have more number of registers in our computer, so one of the register is going to be index register. So this index register is going to contain the index of an array. So the index of the memory location. So the index of this memory location is 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 is provided to this in the index register, and the address part consists of the base address of the array. So what is the base address of this array? It is 100. So the effective address is going to be the sum of INR. So INR in the sense, this is index register, the value stored in the index register plus address part. Address part is going to be 100, which is going to generate the effective address, which is 103. So this is how the index addressing mode will help us in fetching the values of the array. So as and when we want to increment this value, so as we increment this value from 3 to 4, so the next address that we are going to fetch is 104. So this is how the computer, so the registers and the processor registers and the addressing modes will help us in creating, so in creating the programming concepts. So this is how the array will work. Okay, so these kind of addressing modes are not present in our computer, as our computer is very simple computer. In the same way, base addressing mode. So what this base addressing mode is, so this is also important point to understand, important concept to understand. So what this base addressing mode is, in this the contents of the base registers are added to the address part of the instruction to obtain the effective address. So same as that of index register, the only difference is the content of the base address is added to the address part. Where it is used, that is very important to understand. Where it is used is, how the things will get executed on the computer is, whenever we are executing some program, those programs will not be continuously executed. Multi-programming concept. So the concept of multi-programming, where the operating systems are multi-programming operating system. So the where the multi-programming is possible due to the operating systems, in the sense, for example, if you have on our computer multiple programs will get executed. So whenever multiple programs are getting executed, so a program will get executed to a certain amount of time. After that, that program will be removed from the memory, and the next program will be obtained to that memory. So this program will get executed for a specific amount of time. So this is what we call it as multi-programming environment. In such cases, whenever the program, for example, let's assume that we have a program starting from 100th location, and here we are having a statement called branch unconditional 150. Let's take it 150. Okay, somewhere here we are having the location 150. So now what is the problem with this kind of programming organization is, so we are executing this program. So at this point of time, the process has been shifted out and it has been brought again. So when we bring that process again onto the computer, so these concepts are already discussed in our operating system course. So so whenever we bring that program again onto the memory, so is it guaranteed that, is it assured that the program will again store in this location? There is no guarantee. For example, whenever we have brought that program again onto this location, and if it is starting from 200, so here what is the value that we have in this? Here we are having the value as 150. So as for this location, for this program location, it is absolutely right to access 150th location, but here whenever the program has been brought again onto the computer, here it has been brought onto the location 200, but we have to access 250th location, but here we are given with 150. So this is what we call it as this is how the multi-programming will get executed. So in that process, instead of giving the absolute address, we have to give the relative address. So what that relative address is, here it is 50. So how that can be done is, so the address part should contain 50, and in order to get the absolute address for this, so the effective address is going to be base address. So we are going to store the base of the program. Base of the program means the starting location of the program, which is 200, will be stored in the base register, and the value of the effective address is base register plus address part. With this we are going to get, here we are having 200 and the address part is having 50. So whenever we add 200 plus 250, we are going to get the effective address. Okay, so this is also a kind of displacement addressing mode, or it is also called as a relative addressing mode. Okay, both these base addressing mode and the other one is index addressing mode, both are very much same. They are used for the relocation concept. So the relocation of the programming can be done by using base addressing modes. Let's try to recap the concepts from our first addressing modes, immediate, and let's recap what kind of programming features are possible with each and every addressing mode. Let's try to have a quick recap of this concept. This is very important because many of the gate bits were asked, and with the immediate addressing modes, constants will get implemented. In the sense the value of the operand is directly provided in the instruction, so the constant is directly accessed. And indirect address mode, as we have discussed, it is pointers and auto increment and auto decrement. So the incrementation and decrementation can be done. Relative addressing mode, so here index addressing mode means it is arrays. So these are the hardware components, and these are the hardware designing techniques or the addressing modes through which we are going to get some of these programming concepts. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding these concepts, please post your doubts in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is very much helpful to you, please give us a like symbol and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.